COVID-19. I'm not going to be taking any questions this evening. Kathy Renfelt and our information services staff, Jason Gabrielson. You can also use our official portal for all things coronavirus, cordovaprepared@yahoo.com. I also want to point out that this you'll see the banner across the top of the homepage with a link to our Cordova coronavirus updates. We have been posting daily updates for several days now, but we felt that with some late breaking news and our first health mandate that we wanted to do a live news release. So this release is for March 20th, 2020. It's our news release number 5 regarding the coronavirus COVID-19. The city of Cordova's current case count is 0, and we do have a lot of city facility closures. I'm not going to read through all of those individually, but again, you can go to cordovaprepared.com and or Cordova Prepared website and see those listed there. So the City of Cordova Emergency Management Organization, the EMO, and its community partners have been closely monitoring the coronavirus situation since January 23rd, actually, and are following best available guidance from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Links to that website are on Cordova Prepared. And the Alaska Department of Health and Social Services also linked on the Cordova Prepared site. Tests have been administered in Cordova, and all tests received back to date have been negative. However, if you have flu-like illness or respiratory symptoms, a dry cough, an increased fever, a persistent fever that stays above 100.3 degrees Fahrenheit, and or shortness of breath, please call ahead before going to any of the Cordova medical facilities. This applies to the emergency room and clinic visits. They can do triage over the phone, and they will advise you at that point whether to come in or whether they can come to you. So the incident management team has been activated. Effective Tuesday, March 16th of 2020, this week, the City of Cordova Emergency Management Organization has formed and activated its incident management team to begin implementation of the city's emergency operations plan and to take necessary actions to prevent the spread of the coronavirus in Cordova. That started with a declaration of emergency on March 11th, following national and state declarations of emergency. Cordova's city manager issued a local emergency declaration. Cordova's city council voted to extend that emergency declaration by resolution on March 18th, which enables the incident management team to continue to have authority to take actions to reduce the impact and spread of the coronavirus in our community. That was a 60-day extension. Today, this afternoon, I issued Cordova Health Mandate number 1. Following state, federal, and local declarations of emergency, and due to the escalating incidence of positive COVID-19 cases within the state of Alaska, to prevent or slow the spread of coronavirus disease 2019, the City of Cordova is issuing its first health mandate. I would point out, if you look at the state and federal's guidance on travel, that this is a stronger mandate. We did so by design, and in consultation with our incident management team. We felt this is appropriate. So for air entry into Cordova, if you are entering Cordova by commercial air service or have entered within the last 14 days, you must stay home and maintain social distance from household members about 6 feet for 14 days from the date of your return to Cordova. Contact your employer and do not go to work or school for the entirety of that 14-day period. The city understands the difficulties this mandate may present, but we're committed to the health and welfare of our community and to prevent spread of the coronavirus to Cordova. To those affected by this mandate, enlist the insistence of others to retrieve mail or obtain groceries or necessary goods or materials. Delivery or curbside service may be available at local businesses. To monitor your health, take your temperature with the thermometer 2 times a day and monitor for fever. Also watch for cough or trouble breathing. If you're concerned about your symptoms, contact the Cordova Community Medical Center or Elanca Clinic by phone before seeking medical advice. Medical staff will triage your condition over the phone and determine if you need medical attention. This step will give providers time to don protective gear to prevent exposure to a potentially contagious person. So general advice on the Cordova Prepared site: get outdoors. While practicing social distancing is essential, certain activities, such as walking the dog, hiking, or running, are still allowed. This is important because getting outside and exercising is a key part of maintaining your mental health, especially in uncertain times such as these. This mandate does not limit outdoor recreation for individuals who have recently traveled, as long as proper social distancing of 6 feet or more is maintained. And these individuals are encouraged to try to avoid others while engaging in outdoor activities. Sharing of credible information. The most current and accurate information on the COVID-19 pandemic and local actions being taken is currently and will continue to be available on the City of Cordova's Cordova Prepared webpage, on cityofcordova.net, and the facebook.com/groups/Cordova Prepared. A quick Google search for Cordova Prepared will pull both of those links up. These locations are the de facto source of true and accurate information for the community on this issue. Cordova's incident management team is committed and working diligently to share as much information as accurately as possible, as often as is possible, via this venue. Before sharing any information you've heard regarding local conditions or response to COVID-19 in person or online, citizens are urged to fact-check that information from this credible source. Any questions may be directed to cordovaprepared@yahoo.com. Just a note on our supply chain, Cordova's incident management team has verified with the State of Alaska's Emergency Operations Center, the SEOC, the Alaska supply chain has not been interrupted. At this time, Cordova is receiving all its usual shipments of food and supplies, and extra inventory of crucial items has been ordered and is available. So if you're seeing some emptiness on the shelves, that's purely shopping habits. It's not a supply chain restriction. There has been a Canadian border closure. As of this morning, the United States has reached mutual agreements with Canada and Mexico to restrict non-essential travel across our northern and southern borders. Trade and business travel will continue to operate across our borders, ensuring workers and goods are not impeded. The White House has stated that American citizens, lawful permanent residents, and individuals with valid travel documents will be exempted. It is also stated that the Canadian Border Patrol, the CBP, will continue to process cargo, as there has been no identified health threat related to cargo shipments. Entry for trade and business travel will continue to operate with additional screening. For Alaskan residents planning to make the drive from the lower 48, it appears that this will be handled on a case-by-case basis. The Canadian Border Services Agency may be contacted at telephone number 1-204-983-3500 with questions. That number again for the Canadian Border Services Agency is 204-983-3500. In addition, there are active links posted on the Cordova Prepared site, and those links can be consulted as resources for information. The first is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, and a link to coronavirus.gov. The State of Alaska Department of Health and Social Services, the DHSS, has a site at coronavirus.alaska.gov. You can also dial 211. This is the State of Alaska's information line for non-clinical questions. And the City of Cordova, as I mentioned, has the cityofcordova.net, and you can click on the banner across the top of the homepage. So let's do our part and practice the CDC guidance to keep Cordova free of COVID-19 for as long as possible and disrupt and slow its spread. Please take every precaution to care for yourself and your loved ones. Updates will be posted regularly on the Cordova Prepared page of the City of Cordova website and facebook.com/groups/Cordova Prepared/. General local questions can be directed to cordovaprepared@yahoo.com. As I mentioned, I won't be taking any questions at this time. I did want to mention that the state has just issued a health alert. It's COVID-19 health alert as of this afternoon, and it's health alert 9.1 out-of-state travel and health alert 9.2 in-state travel. Again, the travel has not been banned. It just has additional restrictions to protect the public health, and I encourage you to go to the Cordova Prepared website and follow those links to the state's site, and you can see each and every one of those alerts and the state mandates. Thank you, and be safe. Have a good evening.